Today, I'd like to talk about a champion of women's rights who came out of my alma mater, the University of California, Berkeley School of Law. Her name is Geraldine Adeline Bohannon. Um, Geraldine's grandfather, Jeremiah Bohannon, led a wagon train from Missouri to Stockton, California in the 1860s when the survival rates were not great. Every one of the 100 individuals in the wagon train that he brought from Missouri to California survived, albeit with a harrowing experience when Geraldine's aunt, as a newborn, was kidnapped um, by predators and successfully reunited with her family. Um, Geraldine's father, David Bohannon, was an inventor, holder of multiple patents, and a friend of Thomas Edison, Marconi, and others, and developed wealth. He and his family lived in San Francisco. Um, Geraldine, as a young woman, made it to the ferry during the um, fire and earthquake in 1906. Um, and Geraldine contracted polio. And so she had one arm that was not fully functional. And her father said, well, you're not really going to be able to marry your way into wealth, so you're going to have to use your brains. And she was captain of the debate team at Lowell High School in San Francisco and went to UC Berkeley. She then attended the University of California Law School, and she wasn't the first woman to obtain a law degree in the state of California, but she was one of the first six. And to this day, if you walk the halls of Berkeley Law, um, you will see a photograph of her. Pretty easy to find her because there weren't really a lot of women in the classes back then. At the time, in order to get a law degree, you needed to have a thesis and have it approved. And the title of her thesis was Disabilities of California Women under the law in theory and in practice. It was approved, and she devoted her time and energy to improving things for women. She was an active suffragette, and in fact, in California, Proposition 4 in 1911 got the vote to women 8 years before the passage of the 19th Amendment. Geraldine lived to the ripe age of 91, and throughout her career, she was a courageous leader and fighter for women's rights. You won't find her in the history books, but women like her and women that had the courage to walk into courtrooms with every judge a white male, every attorney a white male, all of Congress white males, were the real pioneers. And the brutality and hard road that they had to travel was one that they knew would lead to changes and an improvement of life for women.